So you want more information about the New Generation Mastery Program, what it is, and who it'll help? Well, I'm going to break all of that down for you right now. So keep on listening. Hi, I'm Brandon Lucero, and you're about to experience the new way to thrive in business, entrepreneurship, and life by leaning into who you are, what you love, and standing up for what you want to create. Get ready, because this is where we go against the grain, say no to outdated society norms, and we say yes to change in order to create a happier, more fulfilled world. Welcome to the New Generation Entrepreneur Podcast. Everyone, welcome to the podcast. Today, we're going to do something a little different, and we're going to just give you a breakdown of what is included inside this course. What is this course? What is it going to do for you? All of that good stuff. So if you have any questions or concerns about the New Generation Mastery course, well, let me start by breaking things down for you. This is a messaging and content course. So basically, if you have any problems or confusion on getting people to pay attention to you, so the titles that you're creating are not great, the content you're creating is not good, like, you know, it's good, but people just don't seem to understand that. And you're not sure how to communicate. So even if they are clicking on your content, but just the way you're communicating your content or showing your content, it's just not resonating with people, they're not liking, they're not staying, then this program is designed to fix all of those issues. But it's also designed to help you create demand. I think one of the biggest problems is that a lot of entrepreneurs, they don't know how to run an online business when it comes to messaging. And the way that manifests or shows up inside of your business is that you depend so much on tutorials and information and giving away your expertise for free in hopes that people will buy. So generally you're trying to show up to serve, and then you're awkwardly or abruptly transitioning to some kind of pitch. And the first time anyone knows that something's for sale or considers working with you is when you pitch. But we want to take all of that off the table. And what we've done is created a program called New Generation Mastery that helps you get to the depth of communication, how to broadcast that through an ecosystem that is created through ads and emails and content. And if you don't want to use ads and emails, that's fine too. Again, this is communication. Whatever vehicles you want to use inside your business, we're going to help you construct all that. So this goes to the depths of uncovering what your message is, what you want to say, language patterns, so that it's subconscious communication, meaning that when your audience hears you talk, they don't have to think about whether or not it resonates with them. There's a feeling that is evoked. There's an automated feeling that they get that goes, I like this person's talking about me. I really enjoy them. I feel seen when I'm around them. I want to work with them. I want this thing that they're selling. This is called creating demand. So what we've done is created an entire process for you to uncover the message and bring you down to those depths. But then once the message is discovered, how do we communicate it so that your audience automatically feels, I need this, I want this. And then how do we even deliver that through content? So what content do you create? Do you want images? Do you want videos? Do you want podcasts? We break it all down. And what you're left with is a very clear message, but also a very clear communication style that adds value inside of people's lives in multiple ways besides just giving information, but also gets them to think about things, question things, gets them to also like you, love you, connect with you, but also most importantly, it gets them to want to work with you before they know anything is for sale. That's the most important thing here is, yes, we're content creators, but we're also business owners and thought leaders. We want people to want to work with you. You know, think of it like this. Like if you, let's think of it like this. If you wanted to become a better leader or something like that, and you watched Simon Sinek's 18-minute TED Talk on leadership, are you going to then go Google leadership courses? Or if he pitched you something and said, here's my course at the end of that 18-minute TED Talk, you're probably going to go buy it. In fact, even if you knew he had a program in the middle of his TED Talk, you're probably like, I need to work with this person on leadership. Why is that? The TED Talk isn't filled with tutorials. It isn't filled with step-by-step stuff. He's doing something else with his communication. He has a very clear message and knows how to communicate it so that it elicits demand while getting you to understand his points and his perspectives and to like him. It's all based on his messaging, and that's exactly what we help you do. And so we do that through 4 different sections. I'm going to bring you through those sections. Number 1 is what we call discovering your invisible messaging elements. These are the things that bring that quote unquote it factor that most people can't see, but they definitely experience and feel it. So when you meet someone and you just instantly like them, you're not thinking about whether or not you like them. It's it's an automated feeling, right? Well, that's just one element that goes into content. There's one element that people can't see, and you can even call it energy. So it's the energy you bring in through your content. So we have the secrets of what make the program work. Again, after working with over 1,000 students, we've uncovered, here's everything that everyone who's successful with our program is doing. And a lot of it is this work here. So we have module 1, which is the invisible elements you need. And we talk about mastery and evolution and personal power and remembering who you are. So we talk about subconscious and aware. Subconscious communication is a big, huge piece of this program. I want you to create content that stops the automated beliefs and thoughts your audience is having. I want you to get them to question certain things that are causing suffering in their life that they haven't questioned yet. But you have to understand how that works. And so we have a whole video on that inside of here. We talk about silence. And I always tell people, like, if you want to get to point Z and you're on point A, you can't think your way there, because thinking only stems from things you already know. But if you already knew how to get to point Z, well, then you would be there. So we want to turn that thinking mind off and sit into the silence. And we have a whole process to take you through. And these elements, although we have amazing frameworks and language patterns and really powerful content frameworks and processes for you to follow, the biggest, most transformation that we see and impact that we see in people actually happens in this module. Because the people that come out of this module, we like unleash and birth a new version of them that they've never seen before. But really what it is we get them deeper into their purpose, deeper into their passion, and clear on what it is they actually want to do and what they need to be saying that other people just can't get to. And when you can get to different levels that people can't get to, you start to create content that other people can't create. It may sound a little airy-fairy to some, it may sound a little fluffy to some, but when this is blended with really powerful content and frameworks, you're on a whole different level. This is the stuff that most people won't do, which is why the people that do it get such powerful results. Now, we do talk about the next module, module 2. We talk about belief versus reality. We talk about how to shift that. We talk about the power of you. And we do talk about this in the form of you, like what are some beliefs holding you back and stuff like that. But there's something deeper happening in this module. And inside this module is, well, let's just put it this way. When you go through the rest of the program, we're going to show you how to literally create content and messaging that shifts the reality of your audience. You're going to show them how to see things they've never seen before. You're going to show them beliefs that they may have that aren't really true. And you're going to get them to automate or to automatically understand, oh my God, I never realized that before. The problem is that if you've never done that yourself or to yourself, it's going to be really difficult for you to do it to your audience. So we have a process to bring you through this so you understand. We're going to have you take one of your beliefs and we're going to take you through a process that gets you to see that belief differently. And hopefully there'll be a belief that's a limiting belief causing a problem in your life. And when you experience this perspective shift yourself, you're going to clearly understand how you're able to do it in content. And when you can understand how to do it in content, you can understand how to remove objections, how to shift limiting beliefs, how to shift industry norms, how to create a better space and really ultimately create a bigger impact inside of your space. So if there's things going on inside of your niche or industry that you're like, that's so backwards. Well, we're going to show you exactly how to broadcast that message and change your industry, but it has to start with you. So that's section 1. Section 2 is what we call the messaging ecosystem. One of the biggest misconceptions I see all the time is that people think messaging is one word or one video or one sentence or one email. No, messaging is an ecosystem. People have to experience your brand multiple times to fully get your message and all the elements. It's an ecosystem, and we want to pull people into the ecosystem, and then we want to keep them there. And the longer they're there, the more elements they get to experience. And the more elements they experience, the more connection they have with you, the more rapport they have with you, the more they view you as a thought leader, and the more demand that is created for your program or to work with you. So we have module 1, which is the journey to expect. We're going to walk you through what the messaging journey looks like. There's actually 6 phases that people go through. And I want you to identify what phase you're at, because once you identify where you're at, it's a lot easier to figure out how to move to the next one. So we have 6 different levels of messaging evolution that people need to go through in order to get to the very top. Just to kind of also prepare you and set your expectations into the right place. And then we talk about evolution a little bit. We talk about testing. So testing is a huge piece of messaging. There's a difference between knowing what to say and how to say it. So the example I always give is if my message was to my son, I want you to clean your room, I could say, hey, Will, go clean your room now and do it because I'm your dad. Or I could say, Superman cleans his room in 5 minutes. Can you beat Superman? I'm more likely for the second way to land better or more impactful. So even though you know what your message is, how you're saying it is a massive, massive difference. And testing is a great way. And we have a whole testing philosophy we run you through on how to actually uncover what is the best way to say something. So over time, your messaging gets stronger and stronger. The next one is module 2. This is building the messaging ecosystem. So we talk about different diagnoses that you can bring to your audience. If you don't know what diagnoses are, well, we talk about it inside the program. It's something new that I've never talked about yet, but it's incredibly powerful. We talk about common enemies that you can introduce, your deeper purpose, which is not, most people mess up deeper purpose. And we talk about how to get to the depth of your purpose. And because that's how we're going to build connection content. We talk about different avatars that you need, unique solution, perfecting your ecosystem, building a specific library. So a specific library is a library of things you can pull from that get to the depth of your audience's subconscious, that no matter what you're doing, it'd be a webinar or video, an ad, you have a library to pull from. So we want to create your ecosystem so you have structure inside of your message, and that no matter where you go, it's all consistent, but it's also really effective. It's building connection and creating demand. Then we move into language patterns. So we have 11 different language patterns that you can use. Now, these language patterns are here to create demand. They're here to connect, build subconscious rapport. They're used to pull people in, to engage people. You can use these 11 patterns. And actually there's 16 plus 10, so 26 patterns that you can, in language patterns you can use to, debunk beliefs and all sorts of stuff. Actually, no, it's 25. And you can use them anywhere. You can use them inside of content, ads, emails, copy, lives. Doesn't matter where. These are patterns that no matter what you're doing, we have a pattern to show you how to communicate that so that people read it and they go, that's me. I want that. I like this person. I need this now. Okay, so there's 11 patterns you can use inside your content. Then we move into section number 3, which is, actually, I'll tell you some of what these patterns are. So we have the list method, one and more method, a time-based identifier, the ROA method, context switching, self-identifying framework, explaining the unexplained, sleight of mouth patterns. There's 16 of those, and desire but method. And that's pretty much the gist of it. You can use these anywhere to basically explain and get your message across. It shows you how to say something so that it lands exactly the way you want it to land with your audience. Now we move into section number 3. So by now you should be very clear on what your message is, some ways that to say it. Now it's like, okay, let's put it together into content. So you get to choose what content you want. Do you want videos? Do you want images? Do you want podcasts? Do you want multiple? Do you want to mix video and images together? Like, what do you want? And we talk you through all that. We give you examples. Here's all the different ways you can use image content. Here's all the ways you can use video content. Live, pre-recorded. Do you want swipes? Do you want just quotes? Like, we have, I think, 11 to 14 different types of images you can use, podcasts, all that stuff. Then we break it into finding your topics. So what topics you're going to do, turning them all into titles. Now, we have different ways that you should be titling content. The way that I look at messaging is that we need 3 things to happen. We need to get eyeballs on us, we need to keep the eyeballs on us, and then we need the eyeballs to want to work with us. So in order to get eyeballs on us, which is the first step and pull people into our ecosystem, you need to know how to title your content so they automatically are pulled in. We have so many different types of frameworks that you can use just to title your content, and that alone can make a massive difference. So we're going to walk you through all of that. Then what we do is we walk you through how to say stuff inside of your content to keep people there. Again, we need eyeballs on us. We need to keep the eyeballs on us. And then also the scripting should help create demand. So it does all of that. So we talk about thought reversals, which will be probably your most engaging content you've ever created in your entire life. We have 4 different ways to do those, do's and don'ts, how to script it. We have scripting and language patterns to use. Then we move into connection. So the do's and don'ts of connection, how to script your connection, how to turn them all into content, which, by the way, is not just video. So it's image content, podcasts, lives, whatever you want it to be. And then we have educational content. We have the persuasive tutorial. So this is a tutorial or step-by-step content because we still want that, but this is a step-by-step tutorial that is persuasive and engaging. So we're not just delivering information, you're actually hitting people in multiple ways, adding value in multiple ways besides giving information, but you're still a step-by-step format. We call it the persuasive tutorial because people are left going like, I need to work with this person and I need to work with them now. Then we have education without steps. We have 4 different ways to do educational content that don't require steps. And then we have the self-identifying education, which is another way to add value, to educate without using step-by-step content. And we go deep into educational content as well. Then what we do is we move into exposure strategies. So we have like what platform should you be using, how you should be posting, how should you be repurposing your content? And then this is my favorite, how to get really quick exposure. How are you able to test this message and test it instantly? And I believe that when it comes to marketing, you should never be guessing at your webinar titles or your content. Your content that you create in this program will literally tell you what headlines to use, what content to use, what to teach, what not to teach. And I'm going to show you how to discover all of that. How do we actually get instant traction on your content? How do we build you audiences quick, like literally within 24 hours? And how do we test your messaging so that when you do a webinar, you're not guessing at what's going to work, because that's what most people do. And then we talk about organic strategies, and we talk a little bit about paid advertising, and then we have a bunch of bonuses as well. So everything on like how to outsource video, we talk about ads. This year alone, just within our brand, we've run over $700,000 in ads. We've learned a lot. When we add in all the ad spend we had on our clients over the last couple of years, it's millions of dollars. So we've learned a lot. So we're going to put that together. We have a whole training on podcasting. We have messaging in a funnel. We talk about emails. We have overcoming objections. We have so many different bonuses that you can have and access completely for free when you enroll in this program. So if you've had any issues, the people that are right for this program are people that are a course creator, a service provider, or own some kind of coaching program. If you've had any issue with people not paying attention to you, regardless of how good you are at what you do or how smart you are, how well you know your stuff, if people aren't buying because you don't know how to sell, or you don't know how to create demand, or you don't know how to even talk about what it is you do, if you're having trouble creating content, you don't know what to create, people aren't listening to you, if 70% or more of your content is how-to content and you're not sure what else to do, this program is right for you. So if you're having any issues getting people to pay attention, to buy, or really understand you or your message, this program is designed to fix all of that. Look, we're really good at what we do, right? We're experts. But when we communicate from the place of what we know and we just throw it all at people, it confuses people. It's not how the human mind is designed to consume content. We have to change the way we communicate so that people understand it, and they understand it automatically. And that's what this program is here to do. So if you have any questions, you can book a call with me or my team, with my team, and they will help you decide if this program is right for you or not. We've, again, had over 1,000 students go through this program, so we're pretty clear on who it will work for and who it won't. So you can book a call with us. You can go into the Facebook group, ask any questions as well. We're here to support you on this decision. But I'll tell you right now that nothing changes if nothing changes. If you think that you will just kind of figure it out on your own, or you've taken enough, you've gotten a lot out of the free content, there's something that I want to leave you with, and it's this. When you do a webinar and you give out great information and your audience is walking away saying, I got it, I can do it on my own, you yourself will know how many things they still don't understand. You want to yell at them like, hey, you still don't get this or this or this, or you can still make these mistakes, or yes, I gave you this that can help with this thing, but there's so much more that they're walking away from. Well, right now, you're the person who's walking away from something. I know what I have delivered, and I know how much it's going to help you, and it could help you, and it will help you. But I also know how much we still need to talk about, how much you still need to go through. I still know how many frameworks you're going to need. I still know all that stuff. And right now you have a choice to continue trying to do it on your own, or to just go the path where this is all laid out for you. It's going to speed up your progress. And what it's really going to do is save your time. So maybe you'll figure it out in a year or two, maybe you won't. But even if it's a year from now, how much missed revenue and time and impact are you walking away from by trying to figure it out on your own? I want to speed that up for you. So if you have any questions, just ask, and hopefully we'll see you inside the program, the new program, New Generation Mastery. Hey guys, thank you so much for checking out another episode of the New Generation Entrepreneur Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, go below, hit the subscribe button, and make sure you click on that bell icon and get notified every time we drop a new episode. Now, if you're looking for the show notes, we have them linked underneath this video, as well as our social media handles and some links to free training and offers that we drop from time to time to help you guys even further. So go check those out if you're interested, and thank you so much for tuning in to the New Generation Entrepreneur Podcast.